is labeled kosher, then it should be kosher. The food, of course, also, if it's packaged, as most food is today, will also have labels on it, which will say that it is packaged under rabbinical supervision.
Yes.
Now that gets to the other question that you asked us, is what about a rabbi? So,
What about a rabbi?
I mean, a rabbi is not necessary to make something kosher, but what, you know, as a practical.
So that's a misconception.
No, but as a practical matter, you know, in modern society, the packaging or the slaughtering or the packaging is supervised by a rabbi or rabbis.
It's a certain kind of a rabbi. That's a mashgiach. Is not exactly. Doesn't.
Well, okay, so he's got special training. That's all.
Special training.
I mean, but primarily the slaughtering or the packaging is supervised by a rabbi, which so because actually you can have many people working on the assembly line who are not even rabbis, you know, not even kosher, not even, I'm sorry, not kosher, not Jewish, you know.
Yeah.
But so long as they're following the instructions and following the rules, then it's okay, you know.
I'm Christian.
Yeah.
And your book is universal.
Mm-hmm.
So anyone, whether they're Jewish or Christian or whatever
If they want to be healthy,
if they want to be healthy,
right.
that's a universal.
Well, also one of the good things of my book that I wanted to portray is that once
Can I see the book?
Sure. Once you follow some of the recipes and you kind of get the hang of
Something healthy to eat.
you kind of get the
Love story with food.
if you kind of get the hang of some of the recipes and what I do, I also even in each recipe, I explain that you can be creative and do it, you know, your own way. For example, if you don't have a kosher house and the recipe calls for chicken, go buy the best chicken that you can. The only difference in my book doesn't have anything to do with between kosher or not kosher. It has to do when you get your chicken, you make sure that you don't have any fat on it. No skin and no fat, because that's animal fat, that's bad fat, that's not good for us. So that's the only difference, and I go through explaining exactly what you could do.
So that's universal.
Yeah, of course.
And I have friends that actually prefer kosher food because they say they're prone to say it's healthier and it's better for you.
Well,
and it tastes better.
Actually, it is a very interesting thing. Most of the major food manufacturers actually have their food actually certified kosher, believe it or not. You know, if you look on the labels, you'll see on many commercial foods that'll have a symbol on it. You know, there are many symbols, but the most famous one is called the OU, but it could be, there are other symbols too that are used to signify kosher. And I read this in, I think, Time magazine, that, believe it or not, there are many non-Jews who look for those symbols because they just like Josephine said, they assume that the food is better, it is cleaner, and it is healthier,
cleaner,
and it doesn't
healthier.
It doesn't have junk in it and so forth.
Well, but one of the main things in my book is that we should be eating lots of fruits and vegetables, and that you don't need any kosher sign or anything. You're eating whole foods, whole grains, whole foods like, as I said, vegetables and fruits, and so you don't have to worry about anything. That's really nutritious and beneficial for your health. So anyway, Josephine, I made banana nut muffins, and you can have desserts on a healthy diet. Of course, you're not going to eat all of that. You can have one muffin, incorporate it in your calories, and this is very beneficial to your health because I usually make something with healthy ingredients. So my muffins, these are banana muffins. Bananas, of course, it's actually it's a vegetable. You told me banana is not a fruit; it's a vegetable.
That's correct.
Botanically speaking, but it's a very beneficial vegetable. It calms the stomach. It's good. Has a lot of potassium. Good for high blood pressure. And this one has walnuts, banana walnuts. The walnuts has good fat in it, so it helps absorb the good ingredients of the banana. And
Thank you so much,
I don't
Jill.
use white flour.
Mm.
This is whole grain flour, and you are interested in that too. When you have sugar in a recipe, which that does, but
Yes.
of course I limit my sugar. But when you
Yes.
put sugar in a recipe, or carbohydrates, and you also have fiber, the fiber cuts the carbohydrates. For example, let's say something has 20 grams of sugar, carbohydrates, and 10 grams of fiber. You can say 20 minus 10 is 10, so now you have 10 grams of fiber.
Wonderful.
So I'm going to go and microwave just to heat them up a little so you will have a nice flavor.
I thank
of
you
the
so
muffin.
much, Flo. And as we draw an overall view to a close, I want to thank Hank and Flo Goodman so much for being on the show. It's a privilege and an honor.
We've had
And
fun.
you've been a good friend to me.
Well,
And
thank
I
you.
thank you so much. And as we draw the show to a close, I want to thank Lynn Cam for having the show. And I'd like to just quickly mention the Boston Herald Saturday, Tormented in School, Tell Us. It's about bullying, these young kids involved in bullying. Please call the Boston Herald 617-619-6177 if you see bullying going on, or if you yourself are involved with it. People die. A young lady killed herself over being bullied. It's very sad. So I want to thank once again Flo Goodman, and I highly recommend her book, Something Healthy to Eat, and her husband Hank. It's been wonderful. It's so good.
That's good to heat it up.
Oh, thanks, Flo.
Now this doesn't have any hydrogenated fats in it.
Oh, it's delicious.
It has whole grains.
And it's healthy. And it's
if,
good.
if kids don't eat breakfast, this is really a good breakfast for them.
Mm.
Because you have whole grains, you have bananas,
Mm.
and you have walnuts,
Wonderful.
and they think they're eating a dessert. And
And it's healthy.
yeah, it is. And
Very
there's,
healthy.
there's olive oil in here, extra virgin
Oh,
olive oil,
wow.
which is
No
a good
wonder it
oil.
tastes so good. It's
Well, that's
delicious.
That's
Oh,
a good oil.
Thank you for heating it up. Tastes so much.
It does
Better.
taste better.
Mm.
But this tastes good at any, room temperature.
Mm. I love it.
One time I tried frozen. I don't recommend that.
No.
But
This is delicious.
I have a brownie recipe in my book. And it does taste good frozen.
Oh, does it?
It's delicious. Mhm.
Mm.
Okay.
Thank you so much, Flo. And Hank.
Our pleasure.
Our pleasure.
Isn't this delicious? I thank WinCam TV. I thank the film director and producer of the show, David Burkett. And may you have a blessed day. Thanks again.
See you next
Well,
time.
And I'm looking forward to it.